type of interviews up here. I haven't exploited anybody, right? I haven't even gone out there and searched yet. So when I do that, that's when we start getting the millions of views, Mr. Chris Proudfoot. When Chronicles of Olivia and I get in those woods and actually start searching and start our work, that's when your case is probably going to get a little more bumpy. Right now, you guys, this is the calm before the storm. I mean, it really is. We're going to be out there in the woods. We have good ways of tracking things. We have our own things. There's a reason why we're called web sleuths. Are concerned with the work and our abilities. There are reasons for that. Okay? There are reasons why law enforcement monitors us. There's reasons for that. Okay? So if Chris Proudfoot is the one that was in the chat, we're going to keep it open. We'll just sit here. Like, I got work to do, right? I got work to do. I got nothing but time on my hands, baby. I got nothing but times on my hands, right? Chris, let's go through some of the questions I'd ask you, so you're not fearful of Bullhorn Betty. I wouldn't want you to think I bite. If you did nothing wrong, you should not fear me. Period. I don't go after innocent people if I have not proven that beyond a reasonable doubt here. I don't go after innocent people. So if you're innocent, you had nothing to do with this, by all means, I would be your friend. Actually, probably be the best friend you could have in your corner if you did nothing wrong. I can promise you that. Because I'm one of those people that don't really give a shit about what people say. When I'm in your corner, I'm in your corner. You know? The only way I get out of that corner is if you ask me to leave, right? Once I'm in it. Once I'm in it. But if you get in the chat and you want to come up here and have a conversation, let's go over some of the questions I'd ask. So you're not fearful. We don't want a fearful Chris. You know, I'm a busy woman. I'm working. Very hard to help bring answers to your missing stepson's case, you know, and I could really use all hands on deck, but, you know, I have to be honest with you, Chris, you're the only hands, and you and Katie's are the only hands that isn't part of this deck. Everybody else's hands are involved. Everybody's. I did send you a messenger, Chris. If you're watching Bullhorn Betty right now, I sent you a messenger. I put an audio voice in there. I am open to speaking to you off the record 100%. Won't even speak to anybody that I even spoke to you. And you can believe that and take that to the bank, because I do not talk about my sources. If you talk to anybody on here, when I talk about people, I talk about people. If I find out information, I find out information, and nobody ever knows where it comes from. So, and it'd be 100% off the record. So, and actually would go a step further, Chris, from a legal professional. I will even sign a do not disclose. And actually would go a step further, Chris, from a legal professional. I will even sign a do not disclose, that's what she did. So I'm just curious how she did that. At the BJ's, were you on the phone with her? How often do you guys speak? And how often do you guys have these 3-hour conversations? You know, is it a 3-hour conversation you regularly have? Her case so much because this has kind of taken, you know, the news waves. But when we go, every time I go into Tennessee, I go and search in her case. We never here on this channel ever really let our cases go until they are resolved through the court system. They're always in the back of our mind. We're always monitoring them. We're always providing, you know, even when these cases just go dormant for a while, we're always checking. Even Michael Monkey Vaughn, he's on my regular searches. Literally on my regular searches. Every morning I check to see if there's any new news on Michael Monkey Vaughn. Right? Last news article was from March 2024. See it every morning I look in it. You know, we know he likes to flirt with women in front of his wife, you know? So he might just be trying to put, you know, freshen up a little bit. You know, 4 years, you know, since this happened, and you know, we have this other case, you know, maybe we need to revisit this. There's that. But it looks like Chris had a lot to say to Bullhorn Betty, right? He had a lot to say. I'm going to stay on here and talk because we've only been on here for 11 background and find a litany of child abuse. Which, I'm sorry, but some of the most deranged. But I'd love to hear a story, you know? If I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong. Because if they can answer my questions and explain them well enough that it makes me have doubt, then I'll get off their case, because then I'll start looking down another road. But right now, the way my brain works is we have a child. This child was in their home. Okay. Let me look right at the camera so everybody knows I got my real face on, right? So we have a boy that went to bed, allegedly. Went to bed at 9 o'clock, allegedly. There was a thud, allegedly. Nobody checked on this child, allegedly. Okay? Mom wakes up the morning at 6 a.m., allegedly. Why do I keep saying allegedly? Because nobody can confirm this stinking information. There were 2 people in the house. One person is gone and one person is there giving us a story. That does not make this girl feel comfortable, warm, or fuzzy, especially when we dive into that same person's background and find a litany of child abuse. Which, I'm sorry, but some of the most deranged and sadistic people that we know that walked and breathed on this earth come from a path and a past of major child abuse, similar to what Katie is going through. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. You can look it up. Start with Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy. So, I got problems and I got questions here. And the only thing I've been getting is somebody coming into my chat, throwing a couple statements up and never really answering the questions. And here's the real for you. You can't sue somebody for talking about a case. You can't sue somebody for their opinions on the case. You will be spinning your wheels and wasting your time, but if you really want to bark up that tree, I will give you a run for your money. But be prepared to turn over your computers and your text messages, because I will prove that everything I've said was likely true. Nothing but questions, Lee. Nothing but questions. What door do you guys typically go out of on a normal weekend? What is your normal weekend? Well, Chris, when you're home, what does your normal weekend look like with the Bring me to Jesus. Tell me what happened. Because everything I've been hearing hasn't been answering any of my questions. And I've been watching. See, Chris, I've been watching all your interviews. I've been listening to your voice really, really, really close. I've been trying to find all of my answers, so I don't have to bother you, right? I felt that Sebastian was overstimulated that weekend. What is a normal weekend? What is Sebastian conversation with me? Well, it's all over but the crime. And actually, I don't know. Because the two states, to be honest with you, I don't really know the laws between the two states. Might be perfectly legal for me to record you here in the state of Florida, since you're in Tennessee anyways. But I'm just going to give you my word that I'm not going to. Okay? I have no reason. Now, if you text me and write me text messages and shit like that in the messenger, I don't clear them out. Okay? I'll be honest with you on that as well. I don't clear them out. So if you don't want anything in my possession, custody, and control, you are going to want to speak to me personally as opposed to text messages. Just saying. Just saying. But I have no reason to catch you in something. I have no reason to catch you off guard. I don't need the aha moment. I'm not looking for the aha moment. I'm looking for the truth, and I'm looking for the right people to place my anger and animosity toward. And right now, the people that are looking good for this is Chris and Katie Proudfoot. And I don't even have to say, in my opinion. Chris, I surely do not. I bet you if you call your attorney, they'll tell you that. I can tell you, your mouth, your attorney, and your money do not scare Bullhorn Betty whatsoever. You can ask anybody. Go ask your BFF. She got an attorney. Go ask him how scared and shaking in the boots I am because he's knocking on my door. It ain't happening. Ain't happening. All right, guys. Well, I guess Chris doesn't want to come up. I guess he's got his feelings hurt. Actually, he doesn't want to answer real questions. He wants to talk about soda pops and cake pops and, how they're the best parents in the whole world and all this other stuff. But every time they have an opportunity to prove that they're not cowards, that they are willing to, put stuff on the line in a respectful place. Go back to my interviews, Chris, if you're concerned at I don't do shit like that. Just don't do it. And you don't have to worry about me cussing you out or calling you derogatory names. Now, like I should let me back that up. You pull that crap like you did on Web Sleuths. Mm-mm. Oh no. Let me break this down for you real quick. You pull that shit on Web Sleuths, I'm not going to coddle you at all. I'll tell you to get bit very respectfully. We'll bless my little heart. Believe that. In the most Christian way possible, which isn't very Christian. Because I'm half holy, half hood. Just saying. Just saying. But you keep it real, I'll keep it real. Keep it real, I'll keep it real. All right, guys. Well, Chris had a lot to say in the chat. That's if it was him, but we went and checked it out. And that account was from 2020. But, we never know. We do have trolls here that like to impersonate people. So was it Chris? Was it not Chris? I guess we'll never know. We definitely gave them an opportunity to come up here, answer some questions, and explain to Bullhorn Betty what she got wrong. Where am I wrong? Right? We give people opportunities. This is my theory. This is what I believe happened based upon the information I have. And if I got it wrong, what's wrong? Tell me, right? I won't know until somebody tells me because I'm in Florida, right? I'm just doing all this little keyboard warrior, armchair detective stuff right here in Florida. I don't know what I'm doing. Never done this before a day in my life. I know nothing. But you know what? You can school me. I'm happy. I'm like herpes. You can't see them all the time, but every now and again, they come back up and bite you where whether I want to ride you or not. Answer some questions. Some really benign questions, by the way. Like, really benign questions. So, I just like to know what happened that morning. And I'd like to know if they dusted for Prince, especially. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we watching on. And I never really thought of it, because you just think, oh, it's the husband, who do you call? Many of us would pick up the phone and call our husbands if we have a problem. Well, hello, Jenny Jen. It's nice to see you over here on TikTok. Hello. So guess what? I'm running a lot. I did a live on my 2.0 channel, and I downloaded it and I was getting it all uploaded. Hey, Sayward. It's nice to see you all. And so I'm getting it uploaded. I'm premiering it on YouTube. And guess what happens? You'll never believe this. I'm about to be sued. Can you believe that? I'm shaking in my little pants. I'm about to be sued. So here is my live. My beautiful mods decided to screen capture this. Chris Proudfoot. All I see is a bunch of sad individuals making money off my missing stepson. I'm covering a case, dude. I haven't even stepped out there. Haven't even raised $1 single for your son yet. So making money, I'm covering cases. It's my content. It's my face. It's my voice. And I would think that you would want his face put out there as far and wide as possible. But apparently we're not supposed to even advocate for the boy now, according to Christopher Proudfoot, right? We can't even talk about him. He's going to sue. He's going to sue me. Chris Proudfoot's going to sue it. I'd rather do it in court, he says. He says he'd rather sue me in court. Chris wanting to sue Bullhorn Betty. I'm shaking. Guys, we need an attorney. He's coming for me. He's coming. It's coming for me. Chris is down at the bottom. He says, I'm going to start having these effing channels shut down because this is defamation. No, Chris. Defamation would be a lie, okay? A lie. Lie. What I've said is truth, right? And I'm allowed to have my opinions, theories, and speculation. You are not allowed to control me or my brain or my mouth. This is America. You might want to go over to China. Maybe that's where you were stationed at or something like like that. Maybe that's why you got this weird, you think you can control everybody, but you can't control Bullhorn Betty. I got questions. I'll treat you, I'll give you a fair shake, but I got questions. So we got that. He's going to sue everybody. He's ready to sue. He's ready to sue. And of course, the whole Chris Media pussyfoot thing came because I told him that I'm kind of like a herpy. I don't really go away and it, in your drawers and stuff like that. I'm just saying. So Chris we did some due diligence behind the scene to see if it really was the true, real Chris Proud. Proudfoot, to be honest with you, was from a 2020 account. So is it possible it was Chris Proudfoot? Yeah, it's possible it was Chris Proudfoot. He's not happy with Bullhorn Betty or the fact that I'm bringing the truth to this case. The bottom line is that child went to sleep in their house, and when his wife woke up, he was poof gone. So unless you can tell me how he walked out the house or how he got out of the house other than, oh, we just assume that he walked out the front door, but we won't assume that he didn't walk out the front door, and we won't even assume that he took a jacket because we know how assuming means. But we don't mind making an ass out of ourselves and say our child walked out the front door when we didn't see him. Then there's no proof of it. But he's going to sue me because I got problems with his story. Okay, well, sue me. You want my address? I mean, you're going to be dealing with Florida, so I got Florida attorneys here pro bono. Duh. It's when I'm out of state, I got problems. But you want to come kicking up a storm here. Okay. No problem. Not a problem, Bob. Not a problem. We found out something. A lady is out in the area and decided to go by BJ's and check out whether or not Katie's story holds water. So now I got a question. Did they even go to BJ's? Did he really get a colossal popcorn or was it a colossal cookie? Does she remember whether he ate popcorn or a cookie? Because they have a colossal cookie, but a giant popcorn. But she said a colossal popcorn, not a giant one. So is she confused or is the store confused? Interesting. Here, I'm going to continue to advocate for this child right here, and I don't care what you plan on doing to Bullhorn Betty. I'll deal with it when it comes. You'll find out there's not a whole lot that really bothers me. The only thing that really bothers me, if you try to come after my channel, you don't have to worry about suing me. I'll be seeing you in Tennessee really soon. I can Promise you that. We'll kick it off quicker than you expect, okay? I can promise you that. But other than that, as long as you ain't causing me damages, I'm good. Thank you, Steph. Am I going to do another Vogue thinking it's me? Thinking somebody did something, put something on my face, and it was really me in an effect. Did you guys see that? You guys need to go out. Okay, I got like 311 people here. I did a funny video. I don't get a lot of views on my funny video, right? But if I say something wrong, who gives a shit? These people don't know you. You're only seen by millions of people. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going to know who you are. You're fine. Make some mistakes. You're fine. So there you guys have it. I thought I'd come over here and spread the word. Chris Proudfoot's mad at Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty's about to be sued by Chris Proudfoot. This is the day, man. This is the day. What do you do? Thank you, girl next door. This is not a winner chicken dinner. But trust me, I'll get right there where you think you just have me, and then you'll realize you don't. Because I'm smarter than you. Must suck. Wow. Girl next door, you're killing me. She's up to 3. She's like just hitting it. She's just boom, 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 boom. Like she's like the massive gifter. I will be happy to meet you out there in the woods searching for your son. And I think at this point, I'm probably going to be down until at least this evening. So I'll see you guys later this evening. I'm sure I'll have a lot of new stuff to come out with. I don't know what's going to transpire today. Obviously, I'm not getting sued. I doubt any attorney that tells him it's smart to sue Bullhorn Betty is a shit attorney to begin with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I make sure that you guys have nothing to sue me of. But you didn't sue anybody for anything, right?